Question 17.05, question 15. Like this one, this is about a television receiving dish, parabolic dish, and it says the equation of the cross-section of the dish is y is 9 over 25x squared, and it says both x and y are measured in meters. It says the greatest depth of the dish is 16 centimeters. It says write a quadratic equation, solve it to work out the diameter of the dish. Okay, not a problem. In fact, to be straight up with you, this is actually the easiest of the questions I've actually answered this evening. So here's my dish. I'll just do that. Oops, a bit higher. Okay, that's not a great dish. I apologize. Okay, but we do know the, if I was to draw this and put like an x-axis, here's my x-axis, here's my y-axis. We know that the dish is, well, 16 centimeters deep at the highest. So in other words, this here must rise up to the depth of the dish, which is going to be 0.16 because it's 16 centimeters. We also know the equation of this is going to be y is equal to 9/25 x squared. So really what we're trying to find out here, and I suppose the question which we're answering is, we want to find out this point here and this point here. Just one of them would do, because if we found out that point there, we have the x value for there, and we multiply it by 2, and we suddenly have the diameter of the dish. So the question is, if this is the equation of the dish, and we know the maximum height is going to be, or the maximum depth of the dish is going to be 0.16, that's the y value. Yeah, 0.16, that's the y value. So if the y value is 0.16, what would be the x value at that point? Well, it would be over there. And it would also be simultaneously over there. Either this point or this point. So let's write an equation to do that. And that's really what we're being asked for here. So we've got 9/25 x squared. And that's going to equal 0.16. In other words, when y is 0.16, we want to find x. And we can do that nice and easily because we can form this into a quadratic. And of course, this makes a lot of sense because if we can make this equal to 0, and I subtract 0.16 from both sides, then now I've got 9/25 x squared minus 0.16 is equal to 0. I've got the difference of two squares because this is 0.4 squared. In other words, it's 16, and 0.4 times 4 times 4 is 16. And this is a square as well. 9 squared is 3, 9 is 3 squared, 25 is 5 squared, and x squared is x squared. So we can now turn this into the difference of two squares. Let's do that. So let's find the square root of all this. Well, it's going to be 3/5 x, 3/5 x, and the square root of 16 is going to be 4. So it's going to be plus 0.4 and minus 0.4. Notice you should be probably putting 0.4, but I'm just being lazy and putting 0.4, also because I didn't leave much room and I couldn't fit it in there. All right, so we know that either this is equal to 0 or this is equal to 0. And really we only need one of them because what we're finding is when we solve both of them, we'll have this point here, we'll have this point over here, and we'll have all this point over here. But we just need one, because if we know the distance there, we can just double it to find the distance across the whole thing. So let's just do that. You could find out both of them if you wanted, but let's just choose one. Let's just choose this one here, yeah? So we'll ignore this one for now. We don't really need it. So we're going to say 3/5 x minus 0.4 is equal to 0. Let's add 0.4 to both sides. So I've got 3/5 x is equal to 0.4. Let's multiply both sides by 5. So 5 4s are 20, so 3x is equal to 2, or 2.0. Let's divide both sides by 3, and x is equal to 2/3, or 0.6 recurring. So this over here is 0.6666667. And this is also 0.6666667. So if you want to find the distance from here to here, it's 0.6 recurring, and another 0.6 recurring. So the total diameter, so you can say that the diameter is equal to 2 times 0.6 recurring, or 2 times 0.6666666, which is going to be equal to 1 1/3, and that's in meters. And there is our solution for the diameter.